So that is it for this week's episode, and obviously the time I'm editing this now, it's 7 in the morning on Christmas Eve, so nice festive background. We just on the tree. I'm in work today for a bit. I'm gonna go to the yard and tidy up with Gaz for a bit, but we'll if you are enjoying the channel, you've got another week's episode before we officially hit Christmas, obviously tomorrow. So if you are enjoying the channel, please do comment and let us know. I know there's a few bits health and safety wise. Someone mentioned the other week about putting scaffold up for the single story roof, and it's something that I personally sort of, because we just took all the scaffold away to be able to finish the roof joists off, and we need to pull the flags up and level all the bricks and stuff. So it's like it's one of those things that I used to not, we don't do it, but we will start doing it. Obviously setting scaffolding up for small lifts. So my mindset's changed now from, is that safe in my opinion, my experience? And obviously my experience is very limited compared to why all the rules and health and safety is out there for these obscure accidents that I don't think will happen, but they do happen, and that's why we have these bits. So I've started changing my mindset from, what's the odds of that happening, to if I was to faint now, would I fall off the roof and obviously seriously injure myself? So the YouTube has sort of helped us, improve that side of things. So yeah, you'll see from now on, even when we do the single story extension and stuff, that we'll just start using the scaffolding. I mean, we've got it, so it's not a big thing for us to start using that instead of trestles and ladders. But yeah, please do keep commenting, even if it's, constructive criticism. It's all good. And yeah, if I don't edit the video for last week just gone, have a good Christmas, and yeah, keep watching. I haven't done any filming yet. What day is it, Gaz? Monday the what?
Monday the 23rd.
It's the 24th, isn't it?
That's tomorrow, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, Christmas Eve's tomorrow, yeah.
That's what am I about then?
I thought the 23rd of December.
I thought it was the 24th.
Yeah.
A little half moon there. So we've got, you're going to finish painting the trims, not the trims, sorry, painting the trailers. I'm going to finish the trims. However, there's one job that has been bugging me ever since. I've bought about 3 of these and they just go missing. So the other side is obviously welded on, so I'm just going to copy that on this side. It's just one of those jobs that's it just burns me cap out. So not sure how that's actually come off, but yeah, just going to weld that on now, and that'll be one less job in the millions of jobs on this yard at the minute. And then yeah, we're just going to go through and do a bit of tidying up, fill this tipper with rubbish, and just make a plan really whilst it's quiet. I can plan stuff, and I don't think there's any point. I don't know whether if you leave them concrete in the mould longer, whether it's bad or whether you should break them out. I don't know. I'll have a little think about that. So the lads won't be able to believe this, but I've got a walkway in my van. I've literally emptied everything off the shelves, and I've just got to go through it all now and go, right, keep that, put it there, but then most of the stuff can go on the yard, you see. So a lot of the stuff I've had on my van has just been it's just call out stuff really. So you just see, I've got it racked out well now with obviously the electric on that side, plumbing on this side. But yeah, I'm just gonna, and these batteries keep going, the little 2 amp ones are crap. And we got another call out at G-Bar again, so we'll see what it is this time. He sent me a video of water flushing down the stairs, so let's have a look. Right, so here's the first issue, and as you can see, this pipe is blocked, so I don't even want to touch that, because if I disturb it, it might come firing out at me. And it's just backlogging coming out of everywhere, really. And he's just told me something else. So they've always had an issue here with, there's a place above that their drains come into here, and all they do is put fat and food waste down the drain, and it just always blocks their one. Yeah, just don't drop my phone. don't even hold it that close. But yeah, I'll show you what swan neck drain. So this is what basically is that's a modern one of it. Yeah. They'll have like a really old thingy one, but that's what I'm hitting. So there's a blockage at the bottom of that. And so if I prod it now, and the water pressure, hopefully I'm gonna prod it and loosen up some of the ooh. See if we're picking anything up.
Nah. Oh no, look here.
Sorry.
It is, look. What's that?
That's what it is, baby wipes, look.
Yeah.
It's definitely that bloody... The last time I come, it was full of them as well.
What toilet checking that is though?
It's just they're baby wipes, they just don't break up.
Yeah.
Nearly got that woman with a poo pipe then. Look at that one.
Blue roll.
Bit of sweet corn. That feels clear to me. You know, like I feel like I'm at the bottom of the...
Just the water's building up.
So this is the main at the top of the street. That one I'm plunging and it's clear. I can hear the bottom thing and I could feel it on the inside, the interceptor. So it's the main further down that's blocked. So I don't know if there's another one down there I'm going to have a look at, but that's obviously got a load of stuff backlogged up to here. So I'm going to have a look at the one down here now. Yeah, that main's blocked.
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
God bless your hand. New Year's Eve 1962, my dad got called out to Lodge Lane because all the drains was blocked. New Year's Eve. He got a fiver.
Just stay at that so no one falls down it. That's the one at the bottom of the street, and you can see it. That's what it should look like. Totally clear. So the bottom, it's the same spot that keeps blocking, really, isn't it? It's coming out of yours into the main. There's a bit between the main there and the top of the street and here. It is something's going wrong with it, yeah. So as you see in the other one, it's a blocked main. But the bottom of the main's clear, the top is blocked, and obviously the middle's blocked. So there's obviously something in the between the bottom and the middle that is blocked. And I'm just in the other one, which is, this one's famously blocked. And from what I can remember, it's 17 rods down. So each rod's a metre. So 17 metres down this pipe. I hit it, corkscrew it, and it all gargles. And there's obviously an issue 17 metres down, whether it's a elbow or a, I don't know, it's got to be something that so what I'm going to do is when this cleared, we're going to come back another day and we'll send a camera down, but it doesn't help with all the nails and stuff that have been around here as well. So we'll get try and get this unblocked, and then I say we'll come back and send the camera down and see what is exactly 17 metres down. Just don't knock my phone. There we go. Come on, please gargle. There you go. Oh, I got it in the end. Woo! Oh, it's sometimes just when you feel like giving up. Oh, I'm sweating here. And one little trick is, whilst you're testing the water, wash your pipes out as well. Oh, I tell you what doesn't help as well when you're pulling other people's rods out. So that won't have bloody hell. How many are in there? Oh my god. No wonder it's blocked. There we go. Right. Let's dismantle them and then I'll get my rods out. Right, all done at G-Bar and now back to, well, I'm going to go back to yard for, I've got an hour left with Gaz, so see what we can get done. And I need to go shopping as well. Is anyone else like me? I haven't really bought any presents other than stocking fillers off Temu. I haven't actually gone shopping yet, so I think is every man the same, you just leave it till the last minute. I don't like leaving them jobs like that because I've fixed one of them, but the other one outside is the main in the street. So I reckon I've come up with a theory then. I was just chatting with the owner to say that blockage that happens in the basement, I don't think it's a coincidence that the blockage in the basement happens and it's exactly 17 metres down, and then you have a blockage in the main. So I've come up with a theory that I want to go and set the camera down, but I've come up with a theory that there's either a collapsed drain or an open drain, or there's something, or the people above are sending fat down further in that drain, and when they block the toilets in G-Bar, they're the first ones to get affected. And what they do is they then corkscrew it or push it, and it pushes it into the main. And then what happens is that one works for a bit, and whatever it was gets pushed down the main and gets stuck, and then blocks the rest of the toilets in G-Bar then. So that's my theory, but I don't know where the basement toilets enter the main, and where obviously the first floor or the ground floor toilets enter the main, which bit is ahead of which. That's the sort of theory I've come up with that would make sense. However, to know that, I'd have to send the camera down 17 metres and see what it is and how many other pipes are coming into it at the same time, basically. But yeah, I think it's worth buying a camera thing. I was going to buy one anyway for when we do extensions, so that we can see the existing state, and then also when we sell a house we can provide them with a drain survey and they can see obviously that the drains are fine, because that was one thing that flagged up when we sold Western. They said, oh well, what state the drains in, and we were like, well, obviously we haven't had an issue with them to investigate any further, however they've been fine, sort of thing. So let's see what I can get done on the yard now. And yeah, I haven't really done any call outs because I've just been too busy. This has worked out where obviously I feel like I want to help them, because they've, you know, give us loads of work beforehand and when we were doing the call outs, and I know that dead well, so like someone else would come in and be like, right, start from fresh, whereas I can just go in and go bang. So what is it? I've uploaded the video this morning, so you'll have last week, so you'll be caught up now when I edit the thumbnail and the description and tags, etc, etc. But yeah, if well, I'll go to the yard now and then we'll see how we get on. Right, that is it. So it's going dark again, isn't it? Locked everything up. Gaz has done well painting all the things. Let me just ring. Hi mate, you right? Now it is Christmas Eve because I got mixed up yesterday thinking it was Christmas Eve yesterday, and I get me days mixed up at the minute, but it's Christmas Eve and I was heading into town to try and find a present for Rachael from Anderson, and G-Bar just rang me and said that they've had United Utilities out, they've jetted the main in the street, and you know it's unblocked, and they've also put a camera down on the one in the basement, and he said there's still a rod with a pig's tail on the end stuck down there, and they can't get the camera past it, so their camera must, you know, be big enough that it like sort of holds itself. So as I'm on the way in, he just said would I be able to pop in and try and retrieve the rod for them, because they've got the fella from United Utilities gave him this rod retrieval tool. So I seen them online, I thought, nah, I don't really need that because I've never had a rod stuck or come loose or snap, or so I thought, but United Utilities have given these one, so that's good. So yeah, I'm just going to pop in there now and see if I can get that final rod out for them before they have the Boxing Day party, because that's like one of the biggest nights of the year for them. So they want to make sure that it's gone before that, and then hopefully I can find Rachael a nice present while I'm in town. That is the plan. Change gear, Andy. Well, that was a bit of a nightmare. So the rod retrieval tool he had was like a corkscrew one, and it was like a really old one. So I've put it on, put it down, and I've got about, it's always seemed to be 17 metres. I got about 17 rods in, and like literally felt it grab something, and I could hear it in the pipe like knocking round. So I've started pulling it back, and it just literally will not come. So I've like done it, got hold of it, did it, and then I felt it, and then I've pulled it back, and as I pulled it back I got a vape out, and then done it again, and I've done it 4 times unsuccessfully, and on the 4th time as I've pulled it out I've brought it all the way back, and the actual head is snapped off. So I think the head is now attached to the like the pig's tail corkscrew, and I just said to him, look, I'm like blind fishing here, and obviously the end's just snapped off, so I don't want to make it any worse than what it is. You're better getting someone who's got a camera on the end of the rod retrieval thing. Yeah, here they are now. I'll just tell them the bad news. Hi mate, you right? Just as I was about to leave, they've rang me. They've got an emergency. They've had a fire in one of the strippers. I think it's an electrical heater. He said it's caught fire and keeps stripping the electric. So see how we get on. So this is the one that's been plugged in and caught fire. You can see they put it out with a fire extinguisher. So I'm guessing it was the same as that, really. Need to be careful because obviously this ring main won't be set up for, if that's 2 or 3 kilowatt. That'll be a 6 kilowatt draw from this one thing, which I imagine they've got more bits on, but obviously what I'm thinking's happened is this is just fused together, and it doesn't help that the earth's not even in it. Maybe someone's tried that, or let's take these off. I'll go and get a new socket and we'll see if that solves it. This is where clearing my van out the other day has come in handy. So I know exactly where double sockets are now. I haven't got a fancy chrome satin black one, but he'll just have to do with a normal one for now. I'm sure he'll just want the electric one. And I'll just mention to him about obviously the amount of draw they've got coming off them 2 heaters. So swapped that new one, and I'm just looking at the old one. I've got to go because I've got to be at a meal for 2 and it's 1:10. But you can see, obviously, these are connector points. So that's your switch that you'll see on the front here. And all it is a rocker thing which pushes these connections together. And obviously, you'll have your live and neutral things. So it looks like the neutrals come loose or something. Because it looks like more on the neutral side than the live side. But yeah, it stinks. It smells like Sky Electrics. Right, let's go and see if we can turn that back on and get to this meal for 2 o'clock. Just when you thought that was it, no, work carries on. And I'm on the way to G-Bar in town again. And I know what the issue is, and I've warned them that, look, there's a corkscrew rod stuck down there that United Utilities had put a camera down and said that they can't get past that rod, but then they weren't able to retrieve the rod. However, they left a rod retrieval tool with them. So they called me, said, can you come down and try and get this rod out with the rod retrieval tool we've got? And I put it on and I tried, like, I think it was 4 times I had hold of it, and it was like it had hold of something and I could not get it to come back, and then it'd come loose. I'd pull it back out and it'd be, I think I pulled a vape out, and every other time I tried, it just would not. And then the 4th time, it got really like hold of it, and I thought, oh, this is, you know, I don't want to pull any harder than what I'm pulling here. And eventually it snapped, and when I pulled it back out, I had the rod with the snapped end with the rod retrieval tool, where the rod retrieval tool had gone in. So it's obviously got hold of something and stuck somewhere. So I said to them, look, I don't want to go down with another like corkscrew or any sort of attachment with a rod, because then I'm potentially grabbing hold of a corkscrew and a rod retrieval tool and a rod, and you know, there's a chance that whatever's got them stuck now, if I put anything else down, it's going to get stuck as well. And I said, you better get someone with a camera or with a rod at the same time so they can see what they're doing. So I'm going to order a camera, because I think that not just for this but for other stuff it'll come in handy. But they weren't able to get anyone out, and I know that they've probably gambled, because in the past that drain sort of had rods in it for years, and it's kept blocking. But they were thinking, well, we might get away with it for a bit, and then we can get someone in after this weekend. So it's a big obviously weekend, the Christmas weekend for them. However, it's now, they've done Boxing Day, Friday, Saturday, and it was all clear. And then obviously tonight it's finally backed up. So it's a difficult one. I'm gonna go try and rod it with the corkscrew, because what I don't want to do is I was thinking about it, if I try and use the plunger, I could just be pushing the material further down. So I need to get the corkscrew down and try and like break up at the what's at the front. It's like having a piley up at the front of a race and just trying to push more racers, more people down to the end. You need to like get to the front and try and break up what's there. There's the other option is to try and get someone in with a jet. I was looking at different options, thinking, oh, what could I do? You could get like a 20-metre auger, so it's all in one length as it's coming out, rather than using rods that screw together. I couldn't find a significant length auger, but obviously they must exist. And then I'm thinking, oh, if that got stuck, then that's an expensive auger to get stuck down, rather than the rod to relatively cheap. Or they get like an actual, like, you know, like a jet wash snake to go down and penetrate the front, but it's difficult, isn't it? Because if you're using a jet wash, you put more into it whilst it's already overflowing now. So I don't know how busy it is now when I go in, whether it's going to be full. The dance floor, that is, and obviously this grid's just off the dance floor. But yeah, let's go and fingers crossed I can rod it and I'll pull either a rod retrieval tool or a corkscrew or both back. That would be like, you know, that's the dream right now. Or there's a chance that I'm going to stick a rod down with a corkscrew and it's going to get stuck, and they're going to be, I don't know what they do then, because I did stress to get someone with a camera now while it's empty, because if you're trying to get someone like now where it's full and you're trying to stick a rod down and you can't use a camera now because obviously it's full of dirty water. But yeah, let's go and see what we can do, and fingers crossed it's the best case scenario, not the worst. So it was good, managed to unblock it, but I didn't get anything out of it. So I thought when I was unblocking it then a minute, I'll try and get some rods out of it, but then I thought I'll unblock it and then I'll come back with the camera. So I need to order the camera and hope it doesn't block between now and that getting delivered, and then we can send the camera down on the end of these rods and actually see what we're playing with. But yeah, back home. So I've been busy doing panelling upstairs. I'll show you in a minute actually. And we've just had a delivery, haven't we? What's in it? There is this. Does anyone know what this is? I'd be surprised if people did, but maybe they will. So this is a camera to go down the drains. There you go. And I've literally been waiting for this to arrive because I need to go to G-Bar now and send it down and try and retrieve those rods before they open again for New Year. So it's going to be a quick read of the manual and give this a little, well, I think I'm going to charge it up. So I'll try charging it. I think it's charged unless you just put this one in. But yeah, let's get this set up and see how it looks. Right, so we're on. Anderson, look. Are you on the screen? Oh yeah. And we've also got we are recording now, so I'm just going to see now how easy it is to pull out. I think we've gone with a 30-metre one at the minute, so you can buy more of these reels. So you can buy, I went into like a rabbit hole of this. However, this was the best value for money in terms of the different kits it comes with. So obviously this one will go down a soil pipe, this one will go down like a 40mm, 50mm pipe, and then obviously you can send the normal one down. But yeah, let's stop that. Okay, let's go menu, down, file playback, okay, video, go okay. Right, it's good that, isn't it? And saves it onto this memory stick. I'm not sure if I can delete them or not there. But anyway, let's turn this off. And let's go and... So one thing I wanted to check actually was if I take this out, is it battery? Yeah. How much battery has it got? Menu down. Oh, there's the battery there. Right, I might try and just charge this for a little bit then. And then let's get it earning its money. So this is the paneling I've just done. This is our loft, and we had, well, we actually, I'll show you how I'll come up with this. Still got bits to finish, but we had the loft all the way across. So that was actually a dormer that carried on to the back wall. However, the fella behind complained, and then the planning come out and said, well, we were back and forth about the metres cubed. So from there to there, I done it as the original roof was, say, 100 metres cubed, and you're allowed 50 metres cubed on a detached house. So we added 50 metres cubed and done, basically, this roof now is 50 metres cubed bigger than the original roof. However, we got and arguing over like eaves overhang and stuff like that, and like the height of gables and stuff. So I said, okay, no worries. They said bring it in 2 metres, or 2 and a bit. So that's where we brought it in. So we actually had to take this down and redo it because the fella behind there was moaning. But what we did was, instead of having, you know, that weird bit there that we couldn't do anything with, because obviously this wasn't here, remember? This was part of our... Basically, we had a hallway and we were going to have a big chandelier coming down there. So what I did was, I'd done this. So it's like a... What do you call it? Almost like a mezzanine suspended off the ceiling. So it's like floor joists all the way from that wall to this wall overhanging, and then joists all the way up to the roof. So it's all tied in. So this bit here is basically like floating floor. And we managed to get obviously the sinks in there and open this space up, because otherwise we wouldn't have been able to walk in. So we would have walked in here, and originally we had a wall. We had a wall there. So we'd have had a wall into this weird shape, which maybe it would have been quirky, but I think this is quite quirky, to be fair. I think it was a nightmare trying to get these tiles to all line up in the herringbone style. But I think we've done a good job of it, and we've got a laundry chute there as well. Although as Anderson gets older, I'm gonna have to build something to stop him going down there. Something like what you see in when you donate clothes, some sort of like boxing in, so that you can only put clothes in, you can't climb in. But anyway, when we done that, we were left with obviously this weird space, and Rachael always said she wanted like a makeup, you know, a dressing room table bit. So that's what we're doing now. So we're finally coming around to doing it. And what we've done is these are from IKEA. So I had the joy of building these yesterday. God, I went to IKEA, and if you ever want to be like stressed out to death, go to IKEA with a two-year-old boy who just wants... He was kicking and screaming at everything, trying to grab everything. It was just like, oh. Went through the kids' toy section. Oh my God. He wanted everything. But what I've done, just knocked some 4x2 up from the yard. And I've done them the same height as the skirting. So I'm going to go and buy some skirting, and I'm going to scribe it into that so that it looks built in, when in fact it's just IKEA furniture sat on some 4x2. And then what we're going to do is get a worktop, and again I'm going to scribe that into the walls so it fits perfect. And she always wanted more panelling doing it. She wants panelling doing bloody everywhere, but we couldn't do it until we had this in, so that we had the measurement. So I've measured off that now, so that that gap is the same going round, basically. And she's just done, she's just finishing off the, I've got this on a centre. I did paneling on all these drawers because she said they were too plain. And then the next thing now is I've got to scribe these bits in, because obviously the roof's slightly different shape, so I've got to scribe some shelves into there, like that one really. So she's got a bit of shelving, and then hopefully this will be done then. I think she wants more paneling stuff here, or mirrors and stuff. I like that mirror. That's IKEA. I'll do that where we could cut that into there maybe, out the dado rail. But right, that's it. Hopefully my thing's charged up now, and I think G-Bar opens at 10 o'clock. So I've got a few hours now to go and try and get these rods out of the basement drains before loads of people come in and start flushing stuff down there. So let's go and see, give this camera a whirl and see how we get on. Oh, let me mention this as well. So you'll hear me talk about it in other jobs we've been on, where this is where we try and get this wall. So as this wall's flat, we get that up and we bring it out a little bit, and we try and get it where it's not as good now, obviously, when it's a clear day. You can't see any trims or any black of the glass. So as you walk up here, obviously once the paint comes off that window, as you walk up here, you just see pure skylight, or pure sky, sorry, and you don't see obviously any of the window trims or anything like that. So we do try, and we did it in the other house where we done it obviously the width for the hallway. So as the wall went up, that wall went up, and it was, the whole thing was glass. So as the walls met up to the ceiling, it was glass. Obviously we couldn't do it that big on this one. But yeah, always try and incorporate that into like little design. So as we've been doing these houses, I feel like the houses have got better and better. And we just do little details like that sort of make it stand out a bit. But yeah, let's go and get this drained. I'm excited to put a camera down a poo pipe. Right, so we're actually going to be in bar 54. So they had an ice machine here that they've disconnected and took to G-Bar. However, the connection that was on the ice machine, they didn't have a cap for it. So as easy as that. There's that one done. And then they had this bit needed capping off. So I can either do that, or I can swap that for a cap. Let's have a look. Actually, that one's less likely to come off, isn't it? If I just swap this, and then at least they've got it. It's better for rodding. So let's see if we can swap that with that one. I've done that the wrong way. So always put that on first, then you put them on. There we go, job done. I'll keep that one in case. Right, they can put the mains water back on now. Don't know where they said it was. I'm going to give them a shout. So the other thing is that they've not had hot water since they bought this place. This should be connected to a drain, but there's one here, so I'll try and connect that up. We've got the mains water there. Connected up. We've got a secondary return, but I don't think this has got a pump. But we've got power to this. I'll just show you. We've got power to this, however, we're not getting any hot water. So we've got power to it. There's one there and another one there. I've just connected that one up because I've just swapped it over on the fuse spare there. And so I don't know if the bottom one's working. I might try and get this panel off. So we're gonna have a look at that, and then I'm just gonna go and see if I can get a replacement one of these from Tool Station or Screwfix. And then if I can swap this, it'll obviously help them out. Now, I've got no access to the bottom of this, so what I'm having to do is make do with a bit of creativity. God, that felt like an eternity. But we're nearly there. Bit of mopping to do. But at least I can take that element with me now and get the exact same one. Right, so I had a suspicion. I took this out. Obviously that's the out of the hot. And obviously water's coming back, and that just has not stopped since it's the steady flow. So that's telling me that, one, I can go and take this the thermostat and get a new one. But that's telling me that there's a cold water connected to a hot somewhere. Someone's teed off the wrong bit, but let's go and get 2 replacements for this, and we'll swap one of them, see if they work. And I'll just go and turn the mains water off now, so that see if that stops. Can't even get you in it here. Everyone will just be able to hear you. But what happened? I've oh, where is that? No, not shit.
That's a good one for YouTube, man.
Don't put that on. So the heating elements need changing on that cylinder. However, I felt like I was draining it forever, and that's because I was. Because someone's connected the hot and the cold somewhere else along the line. So I turned the isolator off to the hot water cylinder and disconnected the outlet to the hot water cylinder, and yet water was coming back down the outlet, like cold water. So someone's connected, somehow put a T in and joined the hot and the cold together. So it's going to be a bit of a, there's not that many areas it can be, so hopefully we'll be able to find it and go, right, yeah, disconnect that, and then we can. So that's probably what's happened to the hot water cylinder, because when you think about it, it's been heating water up, so they've been paying to heat water up, and then as you open the hot tap, it's taking, 50% from the hot, 50% from the cold, so you're only ever getting lukewarm. So they must have had loads of people going out to that, going,
fair, there's never been hot water in there
since they bought it.
Yeah,
but whoever,
that
was 2018 that fitted.
Yeah, because that's when it would have opened, like 2018, but the old owners, so I don't know who's done it.
But they must have had loads of engineers going, we're just not getting hot water, and they must have been thinking, what is going on?
You've looked at it before, haven't you?
No, not that. That's the first time I've looked at the hot water. He said there was. He said there was none.
No, there was no hot water.
But that cylinder's obviously been there since 2018. But so I'm gonna, and then I was gonna go and get the element now. However, it shuts at 8, and it's 10:08 or 8:15. So we just missed getting one of the heating elements. So I wanted to take the heating element with me to Tool Station Screwfix and get obviously the right one, because I hate driving there, getting the wrong one, coming back and then realising then having to go back, because town's a nightmare as well. But I'm gonna have to leave that till tomorrow. So I've capped off the hot water feed, and I've put the cold water back on, and it's coming out of both taps, which again tells me that someone's joined the hot and the cold, because you should have had nothing coming out the hot water and obviously cold coming out the cold. But we're going to G-Bar now to, I don't know what order it is now, so we've got to put a camera down, try and get these rods out, and find out what's happening 17 metres down.
The bricks or something,
something, something's happening, whether it's like a sharp elbow or something, or might be an outlet, like a gully, or a rodding point that has been bricked over in the street. But we'll hopefully find that out. And then what else? There's a toilet in the thing, and then the bar.
I think the ceiling in the toilet needs sealing, man. The toilet got Paul took it out after you'd fitted it, and he hasn't sealed it again.
And then what else?
The bar's a bit loose, and then the toilet all old as well.
Oh, and then you need something welding.
Oh, with the eye on the mornings.
So yeah, we're gonna go and try and do that now. But it sounds weird that I'm excited to put a camera down. I'm excited to look down a poo pipe.
You've been waiting in all day for that anyway, haven't you?
Right, almost got carried away there, didn't we? We are on the G-bar. Yeah, do you want to be cameraman?
Yeah.
You can be cameraman, filming the camera.
Go ahead.
So, we're 50 seconds in.
Hang on, is that recording? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's an old metal pipe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wonder where these rods are. Look at all that. I'm surprised that this is going down.
There's all bog paper there, isn't there? What's that there?
Ah, it's another outlet.
Oh yeah.
That's where water comes in, isn't it?
Yes.
So that could be
Where it's
the.
blocking up that manhole out the back, or actually no, where's that go? I don't know.
So bear in mind, like that's the bottom where the water is. So that's one thing I was hitting with the rods. It's a big old pipe in it before it. Where are these rods, lad?
I don't know, that's what I'm looking for. That's going to be 12 metres down already, isn't it? That's something there. What's that? Oh no,
That's a bit of tissue in it. Tell you what, it's a nice straight run that though. Oh yeah.
What's that?
Another pipe in it.
Yeah.
That's another top entry pipe. And then what have we got here? Oh, an elbow. That'll be what we're hitting.
Yeah.
It goes around the elbow. There we go. So, how have the rods got round that?
Where are the rods?
Don't swear.
Are you banned off YouTube, lad?
Yeah, I've got a finger then. Oh, there we go. There's one.
There's a rod.
Ah, look. That's why you can't pull it back.
Because it's on an angle.
No, it's stuck behind the metal pipe.
Yeah.
So where it goes in, see that there?
Yeah.
So that's stuck, innit?
Yeah.
How the hell are we going to get that then? But, might not be able to get past that now. That's that bit of water go past, you reckon?
Yeah.
Oh, so how the f am I going to get that now? So I've got to like almost
Position it right, because it's.
let this water go past.
Yeah.
So if I send my rods down now and try and free that up.
Yeah. What you're going to have to do, put the rod on the camera so you can see it.
No, I'll leave the camera there and just send the rods down now.
Yeah.
And just see if I can poke that free. So what we found was that the rod couldn't get past the camera because obviously the pig's tail on it. So what we've done now is we've pulled it out, sent the rods down, and now I'm sending the rod and the camera down together. And hopefully you should be able to see. I'll just catch the camera up a bit. And you should be able to see where the issue is, or should be able to try and hook that. I don't know if that's the rod retrieval tool.
It is.
Or the corkscrew.
Retrieval, I think.
Do you think?
Yeah. Doesn't you put one down there?
Yeah, but... I can't get this to bend round there now, you know. So there's a bend just before this, which is obviously keeping my rod to this side of the pipe. And so it doesn't, I don't know whether to go past it.
Jan.
That's where I think that one might work, where if we do it
go past, and then twist it.
So it's like the behind.
Yeah, so it like goes past it like that.
Turn it and behind.
Turn that,
And
and tries to pull that, maybe. Let's see if we can get further past this and see what. Right, what we just figured out is we thought that was just the retrieval tool on its own. However, I've just gone past it and it's picking it up. It's like, yeah. So there's a rod attached to that. So someone's rodded that from the other way. And obviously got it stuck. Well, we need to get that out to see.
Yeah.
So I reckon, well, there's loads of other bits, isn't there?
Yeah.
So someone else has rodded that and snapped it off or done whatever and left it, and then it's... Let's try this one, I reckon, and then we'll...
Push past them, pull.
Yeah, because even if I put that, and then even if I put like a...
So yours reckon there's a rod on the end of that thing?
I reckon there's a rod on the end of that. Let's come the other way. Right, we keep getting stuff in and then getting it past and then can't pull it back. So what I've done is I've bent this pigtails into like a retrieval tool. And the only one, it's going to retrieve the metal one, but I don't think it's going to retrieve the rods unless it like got lucky and got right in the middle of the rod. So I'm going to try and bend these in a bit more, make them a proper hook. That way they'll go past, and then when they come back they'll grab it. Hopefully we've got enough and we can bypass all those dodgy bends and stuff to get it past.
Probably been there for fucking years.
So you can see that's the rod retrieval tool I done that the end snapped off. So that got hold of the pigtail, didn't it? And then, when we first done it, Sean, wasn't it, where the rod was stuck on like a lip of the... Yeah. So I'd got hold of that and was trying to pull it back, and it was stuck on the lip of the pipe. So we've just got to try and wiggle this round now and try and grab one of those, and then hopefully pull the other one out. And the other, there's like a red one on its own as well, isn't there? Where are we up to? So this little like handmade retriever has somehow got like properly jammed in. Yeah, does someone want to be a cameraman? And I'm going to try and like pull this out as we go. Reel this in.
Oh yeah, it is recording.
Oh, you can just record this and then I'll put the little... I'll get the recording off that.
Yeah.
Oh, the one that I'm not even recording.
Come on.
I can hear it. Yeah, I can hear it. Oh, that's a good sign.
There's the bit.
There's a moment
It's
of
that
truth.
fucking thing.
What are we gonna do when this comes out with nothing on the end?
Oh, it's just kaplunk. I can hear it scraping.
How many is there? Surely this is the last one.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, look at that.
Got it.
Bastard, eh? How long's that been down there? Look at the colour of that. Like, look at the colour difference between mine and that.
Yeah.
That must have been down there.
So, yeah, man.
Oh!
Fun.
People can come G-Bar and have a poo now without worrying about... Right, so am I going to send the camera right down? So there's only a rod there now, isn't there?
Send it right the way down and then go
And we'll go and
see if you can see that light and then...
Wow, what it is. All my batteries are running low. It's 12:30. I got there at 5:30, and I think I've turned into the maintenance man for them now. When you do a lot of everything, everyone just literally has like, get him to do that, get him to do that, get him to do that. I was looking at an awning in the end. I'm gonna have to go back for that awning tomorrow and take it off to fix it. I do need to stop saying aim as well. I am starving. I mean, I'm not starving, but I'm hungry. I don't know if I've gone past the point of that, but you know what a success that camera is, and I'm so happy with that purchase. It's one of those things that when you buy it and it does a job and you just turn around and go like, wow, like I'd say that job was impossible without that camera. Like the way I had to change the corkscrew to thingy, and the way it wrapped round and grabbed it, and it was like, you know, it was perfect. Well, it wasn't perfect, it could have been easier, but yeah, wow. Like I don't think everyone will enjoy watching that as much as there was literally like 5 lads in there all going like, oh, like yeah, like made up that we got that corkscrew on a rod out. And how weird that it was facing this way. That must have been there for years, because like the colour of it, you know, like the rusting on it, that literally must have been there for I don't know how long. But he said they've always had a problem with those drains. And like looking at it now, like I can't see anywhere. I thought it went into an interceptor, like a swan neck, and that's where the rods were stuck. So the rods had all gone down, bent down, and just got stuck there. And I was thinking, oh, we're going to be knackered here. But when I was doing it, I actually managed to push the rods down into the main. So now there's like it just goes like straight. I think I went right, left, and then it just goes like 90 degrees down, and then there's just like vertical into the main. And like now, like there's nothing obstructing that whole way. So I genuinely think something must have happened and someone shoved that rod down like the other way somehow. So there must be one that they've come in one way and it's the rod's bent that way and gone that way and snapped or, you know, come off or whatever. And like I just hope that that's it now. I hope that solves all the problems. The only bits that I can see are like the some of the pipes where the bends where it was catching the edges, but they're higher up, so they're to do with rodding, whereas like the actual flow should be okay, I think. But I'm just gonna go and get a burger from McDonald's and thoroughly wash my hands. But yeah, camera amazing. If anyone's in that industry, or if anyone's umming and ahhing about getting one, get one. Wow, like that was amazing what that's just done. And I'm just already thinking of other stuff we can do with it, where like I was thinking when we sell Western, we can send them a report of the drains and be like, there you go, drains are completely fine, like nothing up with them. Or when we start an extension, I can do a drains report and show them where the drains are, if there's any faults that have happened obviously before we've started work, to show that, look, obviously if anything does happen, it's not us, it was existing. And yeah, just, I mean, that was, I'm so happy with that. But like, I'm gonna go in and get that, and then I ended up doing like loads of swapping toilet roll holders, screwing the bar down, refitting the toilet. I didn't film all that, but yeah, just over the moon with that rodding. Right, time for the burger. Right, I'm just in Erskine Industrial Estate and I've just been to Tool Station. So I deliberately disconnected the old one because I wanted to make sure that it's tight now. I wanted to make sure that I was getting the right one. They are pretty standard, however, you know, it's always good to disconnect it and take it with you. And like in terms of a match, it's literally identical. So 3 kilowatts, 240, 230 volts, and yeah, we've got 2 of them. So let's go and swap them and see if we can get. I've then got to try and figure out what is going on. So someone's connected the main's cold to the hot. So I've got to try and figure out where that's happening. And I'm just hoping it's not somewhere hidden behind the wall, like something's been done and like patched over or covered, or you know, because realistically there's only the bar, the men's and women's toilets, and like the kitchen bit, like that's it for water. So hopefully it's somewhere in there. I'll just be able to see. I don't know though, because I'm trying to think, how would someone connect the hot to the cold? Because I was thinking, oh, maybe it's a mixer tap that's broke, and the mixer tap's allowing the hot and the cold to go through. But I just don't know. So I'm trying to figure out if there's a clever way of like turning it on or disconnecting one bit and seeing if it stops it or limits it, or because I could do that. I could like disconnect the men's, say, and then if the women's are still on, I know that the water goes from there to the women's to the next one, and we might be able to figure out where it's between. But at the moment I can't just put them in and leave it as is, because someone will be turning the tap on for hot water and they'll be getting a bit of cold and a bit of hot, so they'll be getting lukewarm. But obviously the owners will be paying to heat up the hot water, so yeah, it's counterproductive at the minute. So let's get these in, get it on, and then I'll go through and yeah, we'll try and disconnect some, see if we got hot to the men's, then go to the women, see if we got hot to that, and then see where it is that we're getting that combination of hot and cold together. Wow, the wind. Whoa. Oh my god. Where did that come from? Literally my van's just gone like that. Let's get the job quick. Right, there's one of them's connected, so this is the new one that's in, and I just need to take this panel off, get the other one in, and then I don't know which way to do things first, because I don't want to. I could fill it up to there and obviously test these, but then I don't want to connect that until I find what cold water's coming back through it, wherever that is. And then I also need to get this pressure release valve into, there's a air admittance valve here, so I need to try and get some sort of connection on down there. And then obviously we've got the one at the top as well, so it's not a secondary return, it's just a normal tank. Right, so I've disconnected this one, so as you can see, this is the actual thermostat which measures the temperature of the water, and obviously in here controls, so you can see it's on eco at the minute, so it'll be off, eco, and I don't know what OPK stands for actually. And this one's got like a weird little, it's just got a bit missing, like somewhere where you can, I don't know, you can connect like almost like a USB type. I don't know what that's for. That may be for like reading data off it for some reason. But this pulls out, so you can see these two connections here line up with these two connections here, and the fact this is a bit rusted tells me that, you know, water's got into it. You see that bit? That's the bit where the thermostat slides into and obviously reads the temperature. Now, the issue is, when I undo this now, there's going to be water from there down to about 150 litres. Now, I'm not going to sit here and be able to drain that So what I might do is I might just try and snatch it. I might just try and undo that, pull it out, lash the other one in and tighten it up, and just deal with the water, because otherwise I'll be sitting here for an hour with a tiny tray putting it into the toilet. So let's see, let's get the new one. Nice. Now, am I going to be able to do this? Whoa. That's one way to get soaked in the morning. Right, let me mop this up. Right, they're both on. One thing you never do is never turn these on without being in water, because they'll overheat and fail. So what I've just done is I've just turned that, and I'm going to put the water on until it comes out of here now, and then I'm going to go and do some investigating and see where we've got the hot connected to the cold. Right, so I've just took the back of the toilet off, and that one just tees in from here, so that just goes to the toilets there. So we know it's not that one. It's this one we need to follow, but it goes left, and then I'm guessing it's in this wall, because I took this one off and there's nothing obvious here. And also, like, someone's gone to the bother of putting red and blue caps on so you can identify them. So it seems weird that it would be like that. But you'll be able to see that now. That's the hot, and then that's the cold. So it's definitely getting some sort of. Let's go check elsewhere. Right, they're in the middle of testing the speakers, so I've not been able to film because obviously they're blasting music at like the loudest you've ever heard. But we've got both these heaters are on now, so we've just got to give that a bit of time to heat up. And what I've done is still beeping. I've come to the first outlet here and I've disconnected the main water supply hot, and what I've done is I've put a connection on that side, and the other side is still connected to the hot water. So when I open this, nothing should come out, but I know that cold water is going to come out because someone's connected it somewhere else. So what I can do now is I can eliminate the rooms that have got them, and at the moment they'll have hot water in here or hot water everywhere else. So depending on which way around, I mean the heater's there, so I'm guessing this will have hot water and then it's been linked somewhere else. Right, here's the music coming back on, so I better hurry up. But I'm just waiting for that to heat up so that I can test if we've got any hot water. But it can take it can take half an hour, maybe a couple of hours for one that big. But if I can just get something, if I can just get a bit of temperature, just to know that those elements are working and we've got hot water in here, because then at least the cleaners can come in and get hot water. And then I'll have to come back because I haven't got time now. I'm going out with Rachael. Well, I'm late. I was going out at 1. So I've got to... There we go. I'll have to go. Am I on? I'm on. Let me stop saying Ian. Right, I've left bar 54 now. And I forgot to go to the bloody G bar again. But I've got some sort of hot water, so I'm trying to figure out what's happened. Now, the cylinder they put in, it's got a secondary, obviously, hot water flow. However, there's no pump or anything. I'm just wondering whether when it was fitted, whether someone's done it as a secondary and whether someone's seen the pipe and just thought, oh, there's a hot, that must be the cold, but then they'd have had to join it further on. But anyway, I've disconnected each side, put the hot water cylinder on, and I was getting hot water out of one side. Well, I was getting warm water. One side was freezing cold, one side was warm. However, it was coming out the reverse, so it felt like it was coming out of the cold water, which I'm hoping is not the case, because then that means that the hot water's going everywhere else. I don't know. No, I'm gonna have to go back and do more investigation, really. But yeah, they've got some sort of hot water now coming out of one side of the tap, because I thought that, the taps were connected to where it was coming out the hot, so it was coming out the cold side. No, but then the hot side was freezing cold and the cold side was like lukewarm, so maybe they've just been swapped round, or the pipes were the wrong way round that feed it. Yeah, again, it's hard when you go into these like jobs and it's just like complete, you know, someone's done it and it could just be, or so maybe someone's done it and then people have done little alterations to it. It just makes it harder to do. I think that's probably maybe why they use me a lot, because they know that I know everything behind it all now, so just walk in and go bang, that. But yeah, I'm gonna go for a meal now and rest up, because tomorrow we've got a game for City of Liverpool versus Widnes. So City of Liverpool are bottom of the league and Widnes are top, and the manager has just left City of Liverpool, so I've been asked to take over as interim manager until they can appoint a new manager. However, I'm not always there because of work, so it's a bit of a tough one. But let's see tomorrow whether we can get a result. I'm always confident. I'm always like, get a win. Like, you know, I've dropped down the leagues, and I think this is the lowest league I've ever played in. So for me, playing like top of the league in this league isn't that big of a deal. However, I understand that, you know, we have got younger lads who are playing up, and I think it's just a mentality thing. So hopefully tomorrow we can try and change a few of the lads' mentality and get a win. A win would be nice, wouldn't that be? Imagine that for the first game in charge, getting a win against top of the league, being bottom of the league. Or I think most people would say a draw is good, isn't it? Because I think we've literally gone, I don't even know how many games it is now with like straight losses. It's like, but anyway, you don't subscribe to this channel to hear about footy. So that is it for, I don't know what day it is, Tuesday I think. That's it for Tuesday, and yeah, hopefully I've done some good today. Feels like it.